Hey guys, Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch. Thanks for spending a few minutes. This is episode 2 of transmission. As you guys know, my transmission went out. And rather than just beg and borrow and trying to find somebody to do it, we're trying to work out a program where we can all benefit. And transmission needs to be looked at as a preventive maintenance thing. Right now, we look at it as well, we're going to drive it until it drives in the ground, then we're going to deal with what we got to deal with. Not a good idea. Okay. All right. Well, let's just keep going here. I want to teach you a few things about transmissions. Okay. Now, some of this stuff you may already know. Okay. Okay. First thing is this governor. All right. Now, the 425 automatic is the only uh, transmission, especially from GM, that has an external governor. The 400 that this transmission was based after has a thing inside the transmission looks just like our governor without a can on it. All right, so it uses the same idea and the same concept. This is the governor. This is the can. If you took that can off underneath there, it's just like a governor in a 400. All right, this can is sticking up on the driver's side of the transmission. It's got a little baling wire on the top of it. Right? Let's see. Yeah, right there. Goes right in there. Right? And on the end of it is a sacrificial plastic gear. Not a very good picture right there. Has a sacrificial gear that if there's a problem, if the like right here is the speedometer takeoff. Speedometer cable comes off of here. If the speedometer cable were to freeze up or anything like that, this sacrificial gear will save the transmission. Because what it took to, let me show you this. Let's see. Yeah, there it is right there. What it took to is that gear right there. Now, these pictures will be on the Patreon page. This is the differential. The backside, that's that thing right there. Bolts right here with this gasket here, and that's what's inside. This gear meshes to the inside of that gear. You follow? And coming off of here is what the governor rides on. Goes right down this hole, and that gear just sits right there. Make sense? Right there. Now, the governor on mine did not look original. Looks like it had been replaced, but there was a wear mark right at the middle of the gear. So if you pull that baling wire off the top, now if you have original manifolds, you can remove the governor. If you have headers, you're going to have to unbolt the header and pull it away to pull the governor out. But if you pull it out, take a look at that gear at the end right there and see if you see a wear mark right in the middle. And if you do, you need to replace that gear. Okay? So we separated now the differential from the transmission. Right there. Now, Rich is getting ready to go into the backside of the transmission where the chain is. This is this panel. This is a stamped metal pan on the back of the transmission. The only way to take that loose is to take the transmission out. Yeah, won't come out. All right, you gotta take the tranny out, then pull the pan off. Right? When you pull the pan off, this is the gear, if you look in the manual, that it shows. Okay? And it shows the guy holding the gear above here. Well, there's what the gear looks like with the pan off. Okay, so 1-to-1 size. Now, there are some gear setups. Power Drive originally was from Caspro. It's still, I think, available. I think Manny has it. What they do is this is a 1-to-1. That gear is the same size as this gear. Well, they'll change the size of this gear to change the ratio, because the transmission is down here and the torque converter and the pump is up here. So if you change the gear ratio, it affects the differential kind of a thing. So that's what's called a power drive, right? Now, if the chain is new, now this is important because you cannot buy any more chains. Cannot buy that part. No. And what happens to it is over the years, over so much torque that it stretches. Okay? Now the original gear, the original chain gear drive assembly was set up, the specification is a 1/2 inch of drop. I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch of drop. Okay. Now, nobody ever talks about it after this. Go rebuild your transmission. How's the chain? It is in good shape. Now, what's good shape mean? Okay. We have a pointer. We push down on the gear, and it went down to there. Likewise, if you pull up, it would go the same distance. So we have, if you look at that, about 1/4 to 3/8 gap here. So we've got about a 1/2 inch of play. You go, oh, 1/2 inch? Supposed to be 1/8. What are we going to do? Dude, you can't do anything. There aren't any new chains. So that's when you start robbing Peter to pay Paul. You open up a transmission, might have a little tighter chain. Say, okay, we'll use this. Well, what's tighter? Let me show you something. You see the distance between the chain and where the pan is? See that? Now, I've had transmissions that the chain slapped the pan. So there was, 2 inches of play? You see what I'm saying? It would have to go all the way up there to hit. And that likewise, it would have to go all the way down that way. So that chain would have to have, a good 2 inches of play in it. And it still worked. Yeah. I mean, it just had a funny grinding sound. But it was the chain hitting the pan. Now that chain was too loose. This chain, you can see we push down. That's how far down it goes. Right there. So we've got a good 1/2 inch or a little more of play. But we've got so much distance. So when your transmission gets built, certainly look at how much play there is in the chain, because if there's a slap, it's too much, then you're going to have to replace that chain with something. Say replace it. There is no new. Replace it with a tighter chain. Something that only has maybe a 1/2 inch of play, like mine. Right. So these are 2 considerations in your transmission. Your governor. Now, what's the governor do? The governor tells the transmission when to shift. Now, if the governor didn't work, you would have first and reverse only. It's a long way home in first gear. So I would have an extra governor gear with you. And when you get it, the kit has 2 nails in it and the gear. The nails are to pull the gear out take one nail and push the drift pin out, pull the gear out, stick a new gear in there, take a hammer and hammer that other finish nail in, take it out and put a drift pin in the hole. That's what it's for. Okay. So I would keep one of those in your glove box all the time. Right. As far as the chain goes, understand this will ultimately put our coach down. Don't be paranoid about it because there are a lot of chains. And if you get a core transmission out of a Tornado, it's had a lot less pressure on it. And chances are the chain is going to be better. So be on the lookout for Tornado and Eldorado transmissions because chances are that chain could be in better shape, the best shape of any. All right. Well, look, we're going to get more going on here. He's going to get the transmission to open up and we're going to take a look at it. Stay with me. I know that I'm not putting a lot of videos out here lately, but I'm trying to find my new normal here. All right. So just bear with me. Give me a call. I'd love to talk and tell you what you need to know. If you have questions, Ranch Hands, just give me a call anytime. All right. Look, thanks for your support. If you're a ranch hand, thank you for that. If you'd like to be one, go to the front page of our Patreon site and sign up. All right. I'm here. See you next time.